Welcome back to my channel, Learn with Professor Janula. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. In today's video, we're going to learn about the physiological changes during the first stage of labor. Let's get started. Do you know when the first stage of labor begins? It starts with the onset of true labor pains and lasts until the cervix is fully dilated to 10 centimeters. This is the longest phase of labor, as the body prepares the birth canal for the baby's passage. What makes labor progress? It's all about uterine contractions. These contractions are the main force that drives the first stage of labor. They are rhythmic, involuntary, and usually painful. Each one begins at the fundus, that's the top of the uterus, and spreads downward, pushing the baby toward the cervix. As labor advances, contractions don't just repeat, they become stronger, last longer, and happen more often. This increasing intensity helps the cervix to thin out and dilate up to 10 centimeters, preparing the way for the baby's birth. What happens to the cervix during the first stage of labor? Contractions lead to two important changes: effacement and dilation. Effacement means the cervix gradually becomes thinner and shorter, almost like it is being stretched and flattened, making way for the baby. At the same time, dilation takes place. The cervix slowly opens from 0 to 10 centimeters. This opening is crucial because only when the cervix is fully dilated can the baby pass through the birth canal. So, effacement and dilation together prepare the body for the safe delivery of the baby. Another important feature of the uterus during labor is retraction. Retraction is a special property of the uterine muscle. Unlike ordinary muscles, after each contraction, the uterine muscle does not completely relax. Instead, it shortens a little permanently. This gradual shortening pulls the cervix upward, which assists in cervical dilation. At the same time, it helps the baby move downward, aiding in fetal descent through the birth canal. Retraction, along with contractions, makes the progress of labor possible. End post. During the first stage of labor, another important change is the formation of the bag of waters. With each contraction, the fetal membranes, filled with amniotic fluid, bulge down through the cervix. This creates what we call a bag of waters. It acts like a hydraulic wedge, gently pressing against the cervix and helping it to dilate more efficiently. This natural mechanism makes the process of cervical opening smoother and prepares the way for the baby's descent. During the first stage of labor, another important change is the formation of the bag of waters. With each contraction, the fetal membranes, filled with amniotic fluid, bulge down through the cervix. This creates what we call a bag of waters. It acts like a hydraulic wedge, gently pressing against the cervix and helping it to dilate more efficiently. This natural mechanism makes the process of cervical opening smoother and prepares the way for the baby's descent. Now let's look at the changes in the cervix during the first stage of labor. The cervix undergoes two major processes: effacement and dilatation. Effacement means the cervix gradually becomes thinner and shorter, while dilatation refers to the opening of the cervix up to 10 centimeters to allow the baby to pass. In addition, the cervix also becomes softer. This softening happens because the collagen fibers in the cervix break down and the water content increases, making the tissue more elastic and pliable. Together, these changes prepare the cervix for the smooth passage of the baby during birth. Let's look at the fetal changes that occur during the first stage of labor. As contractions become stronger, the presenting part of the baby, usually the head, moves downward and becomes engaged in the mother's pelvis. This is known as engagement and descent. To fit through the narrow pelvic passage, the baby's head bends forward, a process called flexion. In addition, the bones of the baby's skull slightly overlap each other, a natural process known as molding. These changes help the baby adjust its position and move smoothly through the birth canal during labor. Now let's look at the maternal changes during the first stage of labor. The most noticeable change is pain, which occurs due to several reasons: uterine contractions, cervical dilatation, and the stretching of the lower uterine segment. Another common sign is the appearance of the show, which is a blood-stained mucus discharged from the cervical canal as the cervix begins to open. During contractions, the mother's pulse rate may rise slightly because of the pain and effort involved. These changes are all normal physiological responses as the body works to bring the baby into the world. Along with physical changes, there are also important psychological changes during the first stage of labor. Many mothers experience anxiety due to fear or uncertainty about the process. This anxiety can increase the secretion of catecholamines, which may actually reduce the strength of uterine contractions and prolong labor. On the other hand, some mothers feel excitement, the joy and anticipation of finally meeting their baby. As labor pains become stronger, restlessness is also common. The mother may find it difficult to stay in one position and may keep moving to find comfort. These emotional changes are a normal part of the labor experience. During the first stage of labor, emotional lability is very common. The mother may experience rapid mood changes, from feeling calm to crying, laughing, or suddenly becoming worried. These emotional shifts are a natural response to pain, stress, and anticipation. At this time, the mother needs strong emotional support. Reassurance, encouragement, and a calm presence from caregivers or family members can greatly reduce her anxiety and help her cope better with labor. Compassionate care plays a vital role in promoting a positive childbirth experience. That brings us to the end of today's session on physiology of first stage of labor. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more nursing and health-related content. See you in the next video.